What's up, badass? Time to call bullshit on a myth that men and women have been sold for decades. This one myth sets women up for a lifetime of disappointments and sets guys up for long, lonely nights, banging their heads against the wall, trying to figure out what they're doing wrong. Stand in any supermarket line and you'll see the headlines on women magazines screaming, "Get your knight in shining armor," or "Find Mr. Right today." Women get frustrated because the guys they meet that are the obvious choice are good-looking, physically fit, successful and ambitious, thoughtful and generous, sending her flowers to work and taking her out to expensive restaurants, but he's also the type of guy that isn't exactly making her toes curl. On paper, they're supposed to be attracted to that guy, but over and over again, they're attracted to the bad boys. Now, when I say bad boys, I'm not talking about guys with prison tattoos who get into bar fights every night. I'm talking about guys who have cultivated a little mystery, a little intrigue. And guys get frustrated because they try to do everything right the way the media and society has trained them, and yet they usually go home from the bar empty-handed every weekend, a little lonelier, a little poorer. It sucks. For guys, it's emasculating and demeaning, and they feel stripped of their power. Maybe that's you. You might have lost this natural vibe because modern society and the media has stripped you of your power. Take your power back, brah. Over the next few days, I'm going to be talking to you a lot about how to take your power back. For those of you who want to jump right in and get a head start on attracting any woman, I'm going to give you an important tip below. We'll talk about things like the power of propinquity, psychologically powerful language, bounded rationality in selecting a girl, how to cultivate intrigue and mystique. If you want to amp up your masculinity and your ability to attract women, getting past their rejection mechanisms, then you gotta keep reading my newsletters every day this month. I'm going to get your 2015 started off with a bang. For today's newsletter, let's talk about the Coolidge Effect. I've mentioned this before, and it was one of my most popular newsletters. You should check out the book The Evolution of Desire by Dr. David Buss. Dr. Buss is one of the world's preeminent scientists and researchers in the fields of evolutionary psychology and human attraction. In other words, this guy knows his stuff. Understanding the Coolidge Effect is the great equalizer between societies and the media's selling women on the obvious choice and the bad boy she craves. Understand the Coolidge Effect will help you create uncontrollable attraction in women. This isn't some gimmick. We're talking about pure laws of biology here. One of the problems of modern society is that we don't talk openly and honestly about attraction and gender roles, and that sucks. When you get the Coolidge Effect, you'll know the truth. You're going to have the upper hand. How? Because the Coolidge Effect is all about operating from a position of abundance instead of scarcity or timidity. Here's a snapshot of the Coolidge Effect. In the early 1900s, President Coolidge and the First Lady separately toured a government farm. The First Lady passed one of the chicken coops and asked how often the rooster mated with a hen. "Dozens of times a day," said the guide. The First Lady then told the guy, "Please mention that fact to the president." When the president toured the farm and passed the same coop, the guide told him how many times the male rooster mated with a hen. The president asked, "Is it always with the same hen?" "Oh no," said the guide. "A different one each time," he said. "Please tell that to Mrs. Coolidge," replied the president. Ha ha, presidential humor. But there's a million years of evolutionary conditioning behind that joke, whether he knew it or not. That, my friend, is something you need to understand. When you do that, you win. Big. Get a pen and paper and write these down. Number 1. Set aside some time to read some books like The Evolution of Desire. This is no become an overnight Casanova scheme. You have to work for what you want. You'll be surprised at the transformative power this simple decision can have on your life. Number 2. You need to get around women. A lot. Some of them you'll date, some of them you won't. It doesn't matter. The Coolidge Effect will take place deep within your conscious and make you more vigorous. You need to be around women. A lot of them. It's as simple as that. Number 3. Do whatever you need to do. If you need to join a coaching program like the Tao of Badass to become a rock star with the ladies, then join the coaching program. Number 4. Here's the shortcut I promised. Instead of checking out the hotties on Instagram, get out around women and make them your fuck buddies. Click or tap the Discover More button below to check out my buddy's stealth attraction. You should really click the button now. You've never seen anything like it before. You'll be able to walk up to women totally stress-free and confident, unlock their rejection mechanisms without them knowing it, and have women actually crave you.